Welcome back, Ravens fans. We're diving into the latest moves and buzz surrounding the Baltimore Ravens. As they enter a new era under head coach Jesse Mentor, the offseason is heating up fast. And Mentor isn't wasting any time making his mark, just a few days after officially taking over the team. He's already submitted his first request for offensive coordinator candidates, signaling that change is on the horizon. While some of the names circulating are intriguing, others spark debate and leave fans wondering what direction the Ravens might take. Let's break down the possibilities and what these early moves could mean for the team's future. The first name on Mentor's list is Scotty Montgomery. Ravens fans who follow Maryland football might remember him from his time as the Terrapins' offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from 2019 to 2020. Currently, he's serving as the assistant head coach and wide receivers coach in Detroit, a position he transitioned into last season after previously overseeing the running backs. Montgomery's coaching journey is extensive, beginning in 2006 as a wide receivers coach at Duke, then progressing through multiple roles in the NFL and college ranks. His experience includes a stint with the Steelers as a wide receivers coach from 2010 through 2012, followed by work with the Colts and now Detroit. Montgomery's tenure with Detroit has been notable for how the team's receiving corps has flourished. Players like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams have enjoyed standout seasons, particularly W. Williams, who amassed over 1,100 yards this past season. The Detroit offense has often been high-powered and innovative, making it a compelling model for a Ravens team looking to inject more creativity into its offensive scheme. While Montgomery hasn't been a full-time play caller at the NFL level, his past college head coaching experience and multifaceted NFL roles give him a depth of knowledge that Mentor might find valuable as he builds his coaching staff. The second name Mentor requested is Declan Doyle, the current offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. Doyle's situation is unique because he's already serving as a coordinator in the NFL, which makes a lateral move somewhat complicated. He's a young coach, born in 1996, making him close in age to Lamar Jackson, and he has already built a reputation for his meticulous attention to detail and ability to manage game plans. Under Ben Johnson's guidance in Chicago, Doyle has developed a strong organizational skill set, helping to craft weekly strategies, study film rigorously, and support player development. Although Doyle's move to Baltimore isn't guaranteed, it's interesting that Mentor is exploring every angle. It reflects a proactive approach to hiring and suggests that Mentor is seeking a mix of experience and potential when it comes to offensive leadership. Whether it's Montgomery's broad coaching history or Doyle's fresh NFL coordinator experience, these early requests indicate Mentor is willing to evaluate candidates who bring different strengths and perspectives. Both choices are intriguing but also carry questions about fit, philosophy, and readiness for the unique challenges of running the Ravens offense. Beyond the coordinator search, there's plenty of chatter among the Ravens roster, particularly concerning the wide receivers. A couple of players have shared messages and posts that are raising eyebrows and leaving fans speculating about their futures in Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, for instance, recently posted on an alternate account, offering statements that were cryptic and provocative. One post referenced the Seahawks-Rams NFC championship game and included a message about needing a real opportunity to prove himself. Other posts reflected philosophical musings about life, truth, and self-determination, leaving the door open for interpretation. Shortly after these posts, Bateman addressed the situation directly, explaining that his account had been hacked, but confirming that he agreed with some of the messages shared. He reassured fans that he loves playing in Baltimore and appreciates what the city has offered him, though he also acknowledged that football is a business and that he is focused on performing at the highest level wherever he may play. The situation is complex and somewhat mysterious, creating a buzz around how Bateman might be utilized in the upcoming season or whether a change of scenery could be on the horizon. The timing of these messages and Bateman's statements adds another layer of intrigue to the Ravens' offseason narrative. Mentor's team is actively evaluating staff and roster, and players expressing themselves publicly in ambiguous ways can influence conversations about personnel, strategy, and potential trades. For fans, it's a reminder that the NFL is always in motion, and team dynamics are as important as the X's and O's on the field. How Mentor responds to these signals and integrates new coaching leadership will be critical to shaping the Ravens' offensive identity and overall team culture moving forward. Returning to the offensive coordinator search, it's clear that Mentor is leaving no stone unturned. The names that have surfaced so far, Montgomery and Doyle, are just the beginning, and it's likely that more candidates will enter the conversation as the process unfolds. Mentor's approach mirrors what Baltimore did during the head coaching search, evaluating every potential hire thoroughly and methodically. This strategy ensures that when the final decision is made, the team will have confidence in its leadership at the most crucial positions. Mentor's decisiveness in the early days of his tenure sends a signal to players and fans alike. Change is coming, and the Ravens are positioning themselves for a new chapter that emphasizes innovation, competitiveness, and accountability. Meanwhile, the wide receiver situation continues to be a storyline worth following. Bateman's social media activity and public statements suggest he is thinking deeply about his role, potential opportunities, and professional growth. While he expressed loyalty to Baltimore, the nuanced nature of his messages leaves room for speculation. Fans and analysts alike will be watching how Mentor handles this dynamic, balancing the needs of the team with the ambitions and mindset of his players. The interplay between coaching strategy, player development, and roster management is complex, and Mentor's early actions are already creating ripples across the league's perception of the Ravens organization. As we watch these developments unfold, one thing is clear: the Ravens are entering a period of transformation. Mentor is setting a tone of urgency and ambition, prioritizing careful evaluation while moving swiftly to assemble his staff. The requests for Montgomery and Doyle highlight his willingness to consider a range of candidates, from seasoned veterans with broad experience to young coordinators with fresh ideas. At the same time, players like Bateman are navigating their own paths, signaling aspiration and potential shifts that could impact the team in meaningful ways. For fans, the combination of coaching changes, player dynamics, and off-season strategy creates a compelling narrative that promises to make the next season one of the most fascinating chapters in Ravens history. Picking up where we left off, the Ravens' off-season narrative continues to intensify as more stories emerge from the wide receiver room and beyond. While Rashad Bateman's cryptic posts captured the headlines, there's another layer to consider: the overall mindset of the receiving corps and how Mentor plans to integrate them into his system. The uncertainty surrounding player intentions and team direction adds a level of intrigue that fans don't often get this early in the offseason. Mentor's challenge will be balancing these individual ambitions with the collective goals of the team, especially as he builds the offensive structure from scratch. Looking closer at Bateman, it's fascinating how he navigated the situation after his post surfaced publicly. He emphasized loyalty and love for Baltimore, but the undertones of his statements suggest he is carefully considering all his options. Football is a business, as he acknowledged, and while he wants to continue performing at a high level in Baltimore, he's clearly aware that opportunity and fit are just as critical as allegiance. For Mentor, this duality presents both a challenge and a chance to evaluate how a key player handles adversity, scrutiny, and uncertainty. How Bateman responds in training camp and how he meshes with the new offensive philosophy could shape his future with the franchise in significant ways. Beyond Bateman, there's a broader pattern emerging in the Ravens receiver room. Other players have been making subtle comments and posting content that can be interpreted in multiple ways. Some of these hints suggest excitement about potential changes under Mentor's leadership, while others leave fans questioning whether certain veterans or younger players are considering departures or trade scenarios. This ambiguity reflects a larger reality in professional sports. Players are constantly assessing their situations, weighing contract status, team performance, and personal growth opportunities. For fans, it creates speculation and discussion, but for the coaching staff, it becomes critical intel to guide decision-making in terms of roster construction, depth chart planning, and player development. Meanwhile, the offensive coordinator search continues to dominate the narrative behind the scenes. Mentor's early requests, particularly those for Scotty Montgomery and Declan Doyle, are only the opening chapter of what will be an extensive evaluation process. Montgomery's experience, blending college head coaching with NFL positional and assistant head coaching roles, gives him a diverse perspective on managing offenses and developing talent. Doyle, on the other hand, brings the precision, organization, and modern NFL experience of coordinating a Bears offense under Ben Johnson. Each candidate presents unique strengths, but both also carry questions about fit and adaptability in Baltimore's system. Mentor's approach reflects a willingness to assess a wide array of talent, considering both proven NFL experience and potential for growth. In addition to the offensive coaching hunt, there's speculation about other staff hires. Mentor has already made moves to solidify the defensive side, bringing in experienced personnel to support his vision. The combination of new offensive leadership, defensive support staff, and Mentor's overall philosophy is aimed at creating a cohesive culture that aligns with his expectations. Hiring the right coordinators and assistants will be critical in ensuring the players can execute effectively, adapt to new schemes, and thrive under a clear set of strategic principles. This is especially important for young stars like Lamar Jackson, who require a system that both leverages his strengths and prepares him for sustainable long-term success. Turning back to the players, the Ravens' offseason isn't only about coaching hires. It's about assessing the roster, identifying areas of need, and weighing potential moves in free agency or the draft. Cryptic statements from players can sometimes signal dissatisfaction, but they can also serve as a reminder that the NFL operates as a fluid, competitive ecosystem. Mentor's job is to extract clarity from ambiguity, determining who wants to be part of this new era, who might need motivation, and who could be considered for trade discussions to improve team balance and long-term performance. The interplay between coaching strategy and roster management is delicate, and early signals from players like Bateman can influence Mentor's decision-making in subtle but meaningful ways. Looking ahead, the Ravens front office is likely tracking every public comment, social media post, and informal signal from players. Mentor and his staff will be evaluating not just talent, but attitude, professionalism, and alignment with the team's vision. The objective is to cultivate a culture of accountability while maintaining competitiveness and camaraderie. With a coach like Mentor taking decisive steps early in his tenure, players are aware that performance, adaptability, and character matter. Those who embrace the challenge and demonstrate alignment with the new system will position themselves for prominent roles, while those whose approach diverges may find themselves reconsidering their future with Baltimore. The combination of coaching uncertainty and player criticism highlights a broader theme. In the Ravens' offseason transition, Mentor is reshaping the leadership hierarchy and implementing philosophies that reflect his priorities and vision. This is not a gradual adjustment, it's a calculated and decisive effort to lay a foundation for years to come. The coordination between coaching hires, offensive and defensive strategy, and player management will define this era. Fans should expect continued speculation, media coverage, and perhaps some surprises as Mentor and his team navigate this complex landscape. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. In a stunning development that has sent shockwaves through the NFL, rumors are swirling that Steve Bisciotti, owner of the Baltimore Ravens, has pulled out all the stops to land a true legend in football. Sources close to the organization suggest that a jaw-dropping, record-breaking contract worth $25 million per year has been offered, an unprecedented figure that could redefine the market for elite players. The buzz around the league is intense, with insiders claiming that the sheer magnitude of the deal was enough to convince the veteran star, long courted by multiple franchises, to finally make a move. Analysts are speculating about the strategic implications, noting that this signing could catapult the Ravens into a new era of dominance. It's not just about the numbers either. The report hints that Bisciotti personally intervened, orchestrating a deal that combines financial incentive with a promise of leadership influence, ensuring that the player's impact will be felt both on and off the field. While the Ravens front office has remained tight-lipped, the whispers in locker rooms and sports bars alike suggest that teammates and rivals alike are bracing for a seismic shift. Fans are already imagining the potential plays, the locker room chemistry, and the headline-grabbing moments that could follow. Even seasoned commentators are expressing disbelief at the scale of the offer, calling it a masterstroke in sports business. What makes this story even juicier is the context. In an era where mega contracts are becoming the norm, this deal allegedly pushes the envelope further than anyone expected. It's a bold gamble by Bisciotti, but one that could pay off handsomely if the legendary figure lives up to the hype. For now, the NFL world waits with bated breath, debating the ramifications and speculating endlessly about how the Ravens will leverage such a Monumental acquisition. If this rumor proves true, it won't just be a headline, it could be a defining moment in the franchise's history. A statement that the Ravens are willing to invest everything to secure greatness. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.